bad as it's presented in Utah, I'm not buying all of it. I'm particularly not buying those text messages. It just seems too stilted, too much like a script, actually a bad script.
Just going to remind you that a stopped clock is right twice a day. Also want to remind you that when you see an alt-right grifter saying something that you think is reasonable, please understand they are trying to siphon you down an alt-right pipeline. Sometimes these guys say something reasonable or say something that may make some sense to you. They are trying to hook you and suck you down an alt-right pipeline. So don't suddenly start listening to Steve Bannon. I just think it's interesting that people all over the political spectrum are like, these texts are, come on, y'all. And it's not just folks on the far right. This is from a piece that came out yesterday in Al Jazeera. A progressive influencer named Majid Padelin, who I'm not familiar with, goes by Brooklyn Dad Defiant on social media, said he did not believe for 1 second that the text had been written by Robinson. I don't know him personally, but I know that no 22-year-old writes text messages like this. Yeah, he's absolutely right. When I read these texts, this was my response also. This feels like the Steve Buscemi skateboard meme. How do you do, fellow kids?
Well, I know that you were once a police officer.
I was part of a special task force of very young-looking cops who infiltrated high schools. How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, I'm going to go through the text in just a second, but it's definitely how it felt to me. Right? Other commentators on Twitter were saying, no one is buying these text messages. No one on the right or the left. We cannot agree on a damn thing anymore, but we agree on this. If that doesn't speak volumes, nothing does. So I just want to go through a couple of these because, yeah, I mean, I text with my Gen Z kids quite a bit. And again, I see some of what they text their friends. They don't talk like this. This reads like, a 55-year-old cop in Utah decided he would reconstruct what he thinks 22-year-olds sound like when they text each other. So it's real weird. Again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do understand that in this instance, in Trump's America in 2025, in an investigation being run by the people who are currently running it, that I have very little trust that what we're going to hear is going to be accurate. There is a narrative that they have been putting out since before the suspect was even identified. Within minutes